Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the process on how to seat, bed in, or bedding your disc brakes. So hopefully I caught you before you took your Ariel Rider Grizzly out for its first ride, and we can go ahead and work on the process of bedding your brakes so you don't have those squeaky loud brakes each time you come to a stop. If you've already taken your bike out, been riding it, and your brakes are squealing, well, you're basically screwed and everyone's going to know you as squeaky in your neighborhood. Actually, I'm just joking. There are videos out there that talk about contaminated brakes and how to go about fixing those. That process is a little more in depth. Sometimes you have to replace the pads. Sometimes you can save the pads you already have. And there are times that just trying to bed the brakes, so what I'm going to be talking about today will still work. So the first thing you need to do is clean your rotors really well. I used alcohol pads. They're pretty cheap. I get them on Amazon. I use them a lot of times on some of my camera equipment with lenses or cleaning my glasses, stuff like that. But you're going to want to use those. You're going to want to clean your rotors really well. When I assembled my Ariel Rider, I actually, on the front tire, before I put the brake caliper on, cleaned the rotor really good. And then on my rear rotor, I also cleaned that really good before I took the bike out for its first ride. Okay, the second step in this process is you're going to want to heat up your rotors as you're riding your bike, so that way you can transfer the brake material onto the rotor. The best way to go about doing this is going to be light braking. You're going to get your bike speed up to somewhere between 12 to 15 miles an hour, and you're going to lightly apply the front brake. You're going to repeat this process somewhere around 10 times. This will help your rotor heat up, and it also will start helping transfer some of this brake material onto the rotor. For me personally, from watching videos and seeing how people start to heat up their rotors, I decided to pick up a good bit of speed in the beginning, slowly apply my front brake, heating up my rotor, and then I started that process 10 times of speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down. Whatever you do during this process, you never want to brake all the way to a complete stop. You do not want to flat spot your rotors. So now that you've heated up your rotors, you're going to continue to the third step in the process. In this step, you're going to brake much heavier whenever you're slowing down. So you'll start by getting your bike up to 15 to 20 miles an hour, and then you're going to apply a much heavier brake during this process. Just be careful you don't over brake. You don't want to skid your tire, and again, you do not want to come to a complete stop. You're going to repeat this process at least 10 times. So that brings us to the final step in this process, which is to let your rotors cool back down. You can do this either by stop riding, just let the bike sit, let everything cool down, or if you continue to ride around in the area to where you don't have to use your brakes, and just go ahead and let the rotors cool down. So I hope this video has been helpful and I've saved you a lot of headaches down the road. Feel free to subscribe. If not, that's okay too. Just remember,